My wife and I decided to move back to our roots, and we bought the family farm. Our kids were very young, and so it gave us an opportunity to get home, to be with our families. And one thing led to another, and it turns out that this farm was served by an electric cooperative, a relatively small electric cooperative. One day I got a letter in the mail. It was a newsletter from the electric cooperative, and it announced that director elections were coming up for my district. And I decided I knew something about the electric utility industry from my 20 years at GE, and I would be a candidate for the board. I thought that would be a way I could give back to the community. After meeting some of the directors, they asked me to a board meeting. One thing led to another, and it turns out that they offered me the job as the CEO of the business. And it was a marvelous 8 years running this small electric cooperative, and it was a real eye-opening experience to really show me the power of the electric cooperative program that previously I had no idea about. I was very impressed at the collaboration and coordination amongst all of the electric cooperatives across the country. It's inherent in our business model. In a role as being a CEO, you get to know the other CEOs across the country. And one CEO and I became very close friends, and that happens to be Bill Andrews, somebody very familiar with the members of Delaware Electric Cooperative. When he let me know that he was retiring, I was intrigued by that. Over the years, I've developed not just a deep respect for Bill, but also a deep respect for Delaware Electric Cooperative and all of the things that the co-op has been able to achieve. Frankly, part of being a CEO in the electric cooperative program is to benchmark your peers. And we always benchmark Delaware Electric Cooperative because all the performance metrics that Delaware was able to achieve were, frankly, some of the top in the nation. And we wanted to understand how the co-op achieved those levels and to try to improve ourselves. We're going to have a very different electric grid in the future, and it's already started, as I mentioned. We're in a situation where the United States has become the largest producer of natural gas in the world. So we are seeing some natural gas generation being added, but nothing to the degree that we're seeing wind and solar being added. If you look at the amount of new power generation being added in the United States this year, but also look at the wholesale power market interconnection queues, which is those projects that have applied to interconnect to the grid and are waiting for approvals to do that, it's almost exclusively wind and solar projects. So our future is going to become much more reliant on renewables, and the growth in renewables is going to come from wind and solar. You've also seen trends in technology, in particular solar and wind technology, which has brought the cost of these power systems down considerably, where now wind and solar are both, in many cases, more competitive than traditional natural gas and certainly nuclear facilities as well. I'm a very much an outdoor type of guy. I love outdoor sports. My wife and I, who we're looking forward to relocating into the area over the next couple of weeks, soon to close on our new house. We have 4 children that are now out of the house, but they're back and forth, and so we spend a lot of time as family. I just got back from a trip with my son to do trout fishing out west, as an example. A fabulous trip. So we spend a lot of quality time as families together, and we do a lot of hiking and biking and other things, and we're looking forward to doing that in Delaware. In addition to that, I am a private pilot. It's one of my passions, and I'm looking forward to doing flying and getting to know the airports around this area of the world. Look, I know Bill has been historically very available to anybody who's wanted to meet him and express any concerns or comments to him. I'm very much cut from the same mold. I want to be available to everyone that would like to get in touch with me, and I would invite it. I look forward to going out in the community. My wife and I are going to be very active in the communities, and I look forward for people to come up and introduce themselves and to getting to know folks in the area.